Welcome into the locker room. I'm Namath Pitts. We are live today from Albertville Sand Mountain Park, where the AHSA softball regionals for the East is taking place. We had 4 teams today here in East Alabama that hit the diamond, all of them looking to do the same thing. That is win at least one game to advance to the next day to give themselves a chance to try to qualify for state. We start our show every day with our EAN scoreboard, but before we get into that, I do want to remind you to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the locker room. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Also tonight on our East Alabama Now News, I'll have more on the regional softball behind me. We'll also have our weather with John Holder, and Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards bring you our local news. We start our show just about every day with our EAN scoreboard, so let's get right into our EAN scoreboard today, looking at softball action from this morning. Let's start with the Oxford Yellow Jackets in Class 6A. Coach Wendy McKibben's team started out the day as good as you could have asked for as they defeated Mountain Brook in their first game to advance to the next round in the winners bracket, where they currently hold a 9-0 lead over Minor. But for Oxford, they built a 6-run lead in the 5th inning and held on, although again Mountain Brook did make had a 5-run comeback to close the gap, but Oxford held on. Jayla Jackson got the scoring started with a single and a run in the 2nd inning. Berkeley Mooney got the win for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. She gave up only 1 hit and 0 runs over 5 innings while striking out 6 and walking 3. Weedale took the loss for Mountain Brook. She went 3 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits, did not strike out a batter, and walked 1. Jackson came in relief for Oxford. She closed the job for the Yellow Jackets. She had a great day at the plate as well. She batted in 3 runners, and by the way, pretty good for a 7-spot hitter right there. Also, Jackson and Mooney both collected 2 hits for Oxford. Anna Turner-Goldman had opportunities for Mountain Brook. She batted in 3 runners in the 7th spot as well. Their catcher, by the way, for Mountain Brook went 2 for 3. Annie Gregory led Mountain Brook with 3 walks. Overall, the Oxford Yellow Jackets got the win over Mountain Brook 6-5. Let's move to Class 4A, where the Jacksonville Golden Eagles went head-to-head with Madison County. Madison County got on the board in the bottom of the 1st inning after Livy Hutter tripled and Allison Urey grounded out, each scoring 1 run. Madison County added to their early lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning after Urey tripled and Sydney Gurley singled, each scoring 1 run. Tia Evans was the opener for Jacksonville. She gave up 12 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those earned over 5 2/3 innings, while striking out 0 and walking 1. Marion Gamble was in the circle for Madison County. She surrendered 4 hits and 0 runs over 6 innings, while striking out 7 and walking 4. Dalen Wood, Lacey Barnes, Evans, and Sadie Pate Whitfield each collected a hit for Jacksonville. They also turned a double play. For Madison County, they had 12 hits. Aubrey Shaddix, Rachel McCown, and Hutter each collected 2 hits. Hutter, Urey, and Taylor Wells each drove in 2 runs for Madison County. They stole 4 stolen bases. They also pulled a double play. Madison County got the win over Jacksonville 10-0, and then Jacksonville would fall to Cordova as their season came to an end. Staying in Class 4A, the White Plains Wildcats opened up their day against North Jackson, where they took a 9-2 victory. Carly Fritz doubled, scored 3 runs. Kylie Proficino singled and scored a run. White Plains jumped out early in the bottom of the 1st inning after Leighton Arnold homered to left field, scoring 2 runs, and Fritz doubled, scoring 1 run. A double by Callie Richardson extended the White Plains lead 4-2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Arnold earned the win for White Plains. She gave up 5 hits, 2 runs over 6 2/3 innings, striking out 8 and walking 3. Darcy McClendon took the loss for North Jackson. She went 6 innings, surrendering 9 runs, 8 of those earned on 13 hits, while striking out 4 and walking 3. White Plains had 13 hits offensively. Fritz provided pop in the middle of the lineup as she batted in 4 runners, also went 2 for 2. Cooper Martin, Addison Bradley, Callie Richardson, Sarah Kate Adams, and Carly Fritz each collected 2 hits apiece for White Plains. Allison Ferguson led North Jackson. She had 2 RBIs. She was 1 for 4 on the day. White Plains got the win over North Jackson 9-2, followed that up with a 7-5 win over Corner as they advanced into the winners' championship game. The team that White Plains will see tomorrow is Cherokee County. They started their day with a 5-0 win over Cordova. Emma Hill was dominant in the circle as she had 10 strikeouts as they won 5-0. Hill surrendered 0 hits and 0 runs over 4 innings while walking 3. They got on the board in the bottom of the 2nd inning after Bristle Bass doubled and Audrey Haygood hit a sac fly. A single by Grayson Tucker extended Cherokee County's lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Camden Johnson took the loss for Cordova. She went 5 innings, allowing 5 runs, 4 of those earned on 9 hits while striking out 1 and walking 2. Tucker threw 3 innings of no-run ball for Cherokee County in relief. They allowed 1 hit, struck out 3, and walked none. Macy Leah, Bass, and Abby Leah each collected 2 hits for Cherokee County. Tucker led Cherokee County with 2 RBIs. And for Cordova, Chloe Cacheros led them with 1 hit and 3 at-bats as Cherokee County won 5-0, followed that up with a 3-2 win over Madison County. Jacksonville saw their season come to an end today, unfortunately. For White Plains and Cherokee County, they both win 2 to set up a game tomorrow, and the Oxford Yellow Jackets are currently beating Minor right next to me. We do have highlights from all 4 of these teams today. When we come back, we'll have highlights of, well, we're going to start with the Oxford Yellow Jackets and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles as we continue on The Locker Room.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
Welcome back into The Locker Room. I'm Namath Pitts. We are here in Albertville at Sand Mountain Park, where the East Regional Softball Tournament got started up today. One of the 4 teams that took the diamond was the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Now, Oxford will be one of the first ones to tell you that things did not end the way they would have wanted down the stretch. Coach McKibben's team failed to Pell City in the area tournament after having the opportunity to host the area tournament. So for Oxford, what they were looking for today was to come together, put the past behind them, and let what happens today leap them forward. Well, they started out pretty good today. Let's get to our highlights. Oxford head coach William McKibben meeting with the umpires and Mountain Brook head coach before the game. The Oxford Yellow Jackets in regionals here in Albertville. Coach McKibben's getting her team ready. There's Mountain Brook. That is the opposing team of Oxford in Class 6A. Berkeley Mooney is pitching for Oxford. She's going to start the bottom of the first by walking Claire Robinette from Mountain Brook. Claire Robinette going to make her way to first base. Berkeley Mooney, though, would follow that walk up by getting Reagan Rape from Mountain Brook to strike out swinging. Berkeley Mooney right there gets the strikeout. This time, Oxford batting. Kaylin Crosley is going to hit a pop-up. It's going to be caught in foul territory by Edith Kaplan. Berkeley Mooney now up to bat for Oxford. She's going to hit a double to right field. The right fielder cannot get there. Now it's going to drop. You see Berkeley Mooney coming into second. Going to give a little celebration right there. She gets a double for the Yellow Jackets. Stevens at the plate now. She hits a pop-up. It's going to be caught by Annie Gregory. Oxford still has a runner on second base. Jayla Jackson now at the plate. She's going to hit an RBI double that goes right over the infield. You're going to see the Oxford Yellow Jacket go into home plate. Jayla Jackson gets the RBI double, and that gives Oxford the lead. Chloe Hol, a little celebration first from Miss Jackson right there on second base. Chloe Holsley this time hits a fly ball to center field, and that is caught by Reagan Rape. Berkeley Mooney back in the circle. She's going to force a fly ball herself to center field that is caught by her center fielder, Kaylin Crosley. This time, Berkeley Mooney is going to get Mountain Brook to hit a pop-up, and that pop-up is going to be caught at second base by Adasia Wilson for the Oxford out. Now at the plate for Mountain Brook is Mariana Murray, and Berkeley Mooney is going to get Murray to hit a ground ball to Adasia Wilson. She's going to field it and throw it to first base for the out. Berkeley Mooney now back at the plate offensively. She's going to hit one to deep left field, and that is going to go to the fence, and it is going to score 2 runs for the Oxford Yellow Jackets, and Mooney is going to make her way into second base for a 2-run RBI double. Now Mooney back in the circle. Molly Shea at the plate. She's going to hit a pop-up. Ashlyn Burns is going to run into foul territory, and she's going to make a play as she gets the out for the Yellow Jackets. Oxford held on to win 6-5. Although Mountain Brook did make a late surge, Coach Wayne McKibben's team would follow that up by getting a big win over Minor. They are now in the winner's bracket finale tomorrow, looking for 1 win to advance to the state tournament. Oxford looking for 1 win. Unfortunately for a different team in East Alabama, their season came to an end. That's Coach Gary Ashley and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Hey, this was his first season at Jacksonville, and they made regionals. That is certainly an accomplishment for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Still a young team, although they will lose a couple seniors who were very instrumental to the success of this team. We caught up with the highlights of their first game today against Madison County, so let's get out to our highlights right now. Jacksonville Golden Eagles getting ready to get things started here in Albertville. They'll be going head-to-head against Madison County. Jacksonville head coach Gary Ashley meeting with the umpires and Madison County coach before the game. You see the two right there. Marion Gamble is going to be the starting pitcher for Madison County. They were area champions, and so they get Jacksonville to start. Jehanna Ingram at the plate. She is going to get a walk to start the first inning for the Golden Eagles as she makes her way to first base. That's going to bring up Daylin Wood now at the plate. Marion Gamble is going to throw it to Wood. Wood hits a ground ball to Marion Gamble. She's going to field it and throw it to second base for the out, but Wood would be safe at first base. Now Lacey Barnes at the plate for Jacksonville. She's going to do the same thing as Wood. She's going to hit a ground ball to Marion Gamble. Same thing, fields it, throws it to second base, to first, but Barnes is safe at first base. Marion Gamble would end the first inning with a strikeout, though, as she gets Libby Strain to strike out swinging. Madison County now going to come up to plate. Livy Hutter's going to hit one through the gap, and that is going to score Miley Hill at home. Hutter's going to end up with an RBI triple as she comes around second into third. That gives Madison County the lead. Now for Madison County at the plate is Allie Yeary. You can see Allie Yeary hit a ground ball to Daylin Wood. She's going to field it and make the throw to first for the out. The starting pitcher for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles is Tia Evans. You see Tia Evans right there. She got the start for the Golden Eagles. She's now going to be, she's going to bat here in the second, pardon me. She's going to throw it. Sydney Gurley's going to hit a pop-up, and Lacey Barnes makes a great catch for the out for the Golden Eagles. This time, Emma Stewart's going to hit a ground ball to Jehanna Ingram. She's going to field it and throw it to first base for the out. Speaking of Tia Evans, I told you guys she was going to bat here in just a second. Well, here she is. She's going to hit a ground ball to Rachel McCown, who fields it and throws it to first base for the out. Now at the plate for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, it's Kiesia Williams. She's going to draw the walk for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles as she makes her way to first base. Now, with Kiesia Williams at first base, Pridgeon is now going to be at the plate for Jacksonville, and Pridgeon's just going to lay down a sacrifice bunt to try to move a runner over to second base, and it would be successful if she does just that. Marion Gamble from Madison County this time, though, is going to get Jalen Huntley to strike out swinging, as Huntley strikes out right there. Now Jacksonville back in the field. Anna Sanders hits a pop-up, and it is caught by Libby Strain at first base. Now up at the plate is going to be Taylor Wells for Madison County. Tia Evans going to throw it to Taylor Wells. She hits a ground ball to Daylin Wood. Daylin Wood, she fields it, tags second, and throws it to first base for the double play. Jacksonville fell to Madison County 10-0. Would follow that up with a tough loss to Cordova. But hey, for Coach Gary Ashley's first season at Jacksonville, the sky is the limit moving forward. A lot of young talent, won over 20 games in JV, and they'll be looking to build on that in the years ahead as they make the transition to Class 5A. Hey, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to keep talking 4A softball. We have highlights of the White Plains Wildcats, highlights of the Cherokee County Warriors as we continue on the Locker Room.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
We are back on the locker room from Sand Mountain Park here in Albertville, where the East Regional Softball Tournament is taking place. Hey, I want to remind you to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss our East Alabama Now news. Tonight at 6:30 p.m., we'll have more on the East Regional Softball Tournament. John Holder will have your local weather, and Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards will have your local news. I think there's been a lot of people that came into this season talking about the White Plains Wildcats. They felt like this was a team in Class 4A, especially with Leighton Arnold in the circle. This was a team that certainly the sky was the limit. Coach Muncher is played collegiate softball, certainly knows the game well, and is a great coach. So for White Plains, it was just a matter of putting it all together at the right time. Well, today they certainly showed they're on track to make a push for that 4A state championship. They started the day against North Jackson. We have the highlights. Coach Muncher talking with her team in between innings. Coach Muncher was a collegiate softball player, now a head coach for the White Plains Wildcats, one of the top teams in 4A. Because they have one of the best pitchers in 4A, Leighton Arnold, she's in the circle. Allison Ferguson's going to hit one in the infield, very deep infield, by the way, here at Albertville. She's going to hit one in the infield that ends up dropping, and that's going to score 2 runs for North Jackson. Leighton Arnold, though, is going to get Peyton Malley to strike out swinging to end the half inning. This time, Addison Bradley's going to hit a single for White Plains, falls into the outfield. You see her at first base right there. Addison Bradley hits the single. Darcy McClendon for North Jackson would get Cooper Martin to strike out swinging. Now at the plate for White Plains is Callie Richardson. She's going to hit one down the line. They're going to say it's fair, and Callie Richardson's going to go to second base. She ends up with an RBI double, and that is going to score Addison Bradley at home as White Plains adds on their lead 4-2. You see Callie Richardson right there had the RBI double. This time, Leighton Arnold is at the plate. She's going to hit a fly ball. That's going to go to right field, and it would be caught by Allison Ferguson, and that will strand a runner at third base. Leighton Arnold now back in the circle. Allie Benson at the plate. Allie Benson's going to hit a weak ground ball to Leighton Arnold. She's going to field it, and she's going to throw it to first base for the out. This time, Leighton Arnold's pitching to Kinley Burton. Burton's going to hit a ground ball to Sarah Kate Adams. She's going to field it and tag first base for the out. Speaking of Sarah Kate Adams, she's now at the plate, and she's going to have a hit down the left field line. Sarah Kate Adams is going to go around first into second, and Sarah Kate Adams is going to hit a double for the Wildcats. Makes a great defensive play, follows it up with a great offensive play. Then Carly Fritz is going to draw the walk. She's going to head to first base. White Plains now has runners on the corner. Darcy McClendon, though, for North Jackson, going to end up responding in a positive way, though, as she gets Haley Smith to strike out looking. Smith thought she had a walk, makes her way back to the dugout. This time, Brayton Moran hits a pop-up, and it would be caught in foul territory by Allie Benson as White Plains strands runners on the base pass. This time, Darcy McClendon gets Addison Bradley to strike out looking. Speaking of Darcy McClendon, now she's at the plate. Leighton Arnold throws to her. McClendon's going to hit a ground ball. Great diving play on the knee right there by Sarah Kate Adams, who makes the play and gets the out for White Plains. Leighton Arnold this time is going to get Cam Case to strike out swinging as Arnold adds to her strikeouts against North Jackson. This time, A. Reed is going to hit a single. That's going to go to right field as North Jackson gets a single from A. Reed. You see her right there on first base. And then for Leighton Arnold, she would respond by getting Miller Grider to strike out looking at the plate. Coach Muncher's team gets the 9-2 win over North Jackson. They advance then to play corner, got the win over corner. They will now face Cherokee County tomorrow, they're only now 1 win away from advancing to the state tournament next week. We just mentioned Cherokee County, the team that they'll be playing tomorrow. Cherokee County started their day against Cordova. They defeated Cordova 5-0. It was early explosiveness for Cherokee County and then kind of cruising the rest of the way. We have the late highlights of that game right now. Grayson Tucker pitching for Cherokee County. Ella Grace Madison at the plate. She's going to hit a pop-up, and it would be caught by the pitcher herself, Grayson Tucker, as Cherokee County gets the out. This time, still Grayson Tucker in the circle. Cassie Bailey's going to hit a ground ball to Audrey Haygood. She's going to field it and throw it to first base for the out. Now, speaking of Cassie Bailey, she's now going to be in the circle for Cordova. Bristol Bass at the plate. Bristol Bass is going to hit a pop-up that's going to be caught in foul territory by Chloe Cacharos. Cassie Bailey this time gets Macy Leah to strike out looking. And then Cassie Bailey's going to follow that up, Speaking of Audrey Haygood, we said her name a second ago. Now she's at the plate. She's going to hit a ground ball to third baseman Chloe Cacheros, who's going to field it and make the throw to first base for the out. We talked about Grayson Tucker a second ago coming in for relief. She's in the circle looking for 3 more outs as the Cherokee County Warriors are looking for the win over Cordova. She's got Sarah Beth Jackson at the plate. Sarah Beth Jackson's going to hit a ground ball to Audrey Haygood. She's going to field it, high throw, but they would make the play for the out. Now Grayson Tucker is going to get Lindsay Sanford to strike out swinging, and she's actually going to end up with back-to-back strikeouts to win the game for Cherokee County as Grayson Tucker gets Chloe Heron to strike out swinging. Cherokee County with a very small celebration, knowing that they still have another game that they have to win in order to advance to the winners finale, but ultimately they do get the win over Cordova 5-0 in advance, as you see them right here shaking hands after the game. Cherokee County cruised past Cordova 5-0. They then played Madison County, who had beat Jacksonville earlier in the day. Cherokee County took care of Madison County in a close game. They advanced to the winners finale tomorrow in Class 4A. They will play White Plains, and they also will be 1 win away from qualifying for the state tournament at Choccolocco Park. That is all of our action today here from the Sand Park Mountain here in Albertville. That's going to do it for me. Hey, hope you'll join me on our East Alabama Now News tonight at 6:30 p.m. Other than that, I'm Namath Pitts, and thank you for watching The Locker Room.